Wow. The majority of young Britons believe that Israel should not exist, our only democratic ally in the Middle East. Let's take a look. I mean, first and foremost, the image. Does that represent young Britain to you? Let's see. A poll carried out by Unheard found that a striking 54% of 18 to 24-year-old Britons agreed with the statement that the State of Israel should not exist. Just 21% disagreed. Now, I'm simultaneously shocked by these findings, yet totally unsurprised. For decades, we've had Marxist, anti-Western, anti-Judeo-Christian value pumped into our universities and our education system. I mean, look at it. The graph is so evident of this. The older the demographic surveyed gets, the less likely they are to state that Israel shouldn't exist. Apparently, half of these young so-called Britons blame the Israeli government, whilst only a quarter answered Hamas. Let's remind ourselves what happened on October 7th, shall we? Hamas, thousands of militants, broke down the border fence, terrorists broke down the border fence, entered Israeli towns, slaughtering entire families and burning some alive, and then committed the largest music festival massacre in history. That's probably the Israeli government's fault, is it? It's probably also the Israeli government's fault that Hamas then cowered away back to Gaza, taking over 200 hostages, including Muslim Israeli Arabs, hiding in tunnels directly underneath hospitals, schools, and civilian areas. Also the Israeli government's fault. Of course, no mainstream British outlet will report this. Just the Jewish and Israeli outlets seeming concerned, with the rest, such as the Tehran Times and Middle East Monitor, treating this as a win. When are sound-minded Britons, which I'm hoping are the silent majority, going to wake up? The fact is that our media and our education systems are not on our side. They are trying and succeeding at pumping anti-Western and anti-Judeo-Christian values into the minds of our youth. They are funded by external enemies of the West, and it's going to hurt us. Unfairly singling out Israel for their imperfections is racism and nothing less. I don't see any young Britons calling out the dozens of Arab Muslim countries committing countless human rights atrocities. Let's not talk about China and Russia.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.